Great morning, fellow traders. This is Austin. It is Friday, October 31st. Happy Halloween. We have markets on the move. Stocks are going up. Crude oil is coming down. We have stocks up substantially over the Japanese easing, quantitative easing news, whatever that was that went on. Crude oil's made a couple of legs down. It's already covered about 150 cents, it looks like, 150 ticks. And I'm sure there's more on the way. So it should be an active day. We also have rebalancing in the Russell today. So there's that. At the close, it's going to be very whippy. But anytime you have rebalancing day, you've got activity in the session early on as the different funds, get ahead of that and start buying and selling whatever it is that's going to transition, subtracting what's leaving the index and adding what's coming in. So it should be pretty busy. 9 a.m. Eastern. Okay, gang, we got a little fast action going here, a little live action after that Bank of Japan
Order pending.
announcement.
Order canceled.
Futures went straight up in the air. It's not out of the, and I think the gap up is something like 20 index points or so on the Russell. Not out of the question. They're going to correct that down a little bit. They could keep going up all day for all we know, but hey, we're just trading the oscillations and the swings. Crude oil is just sitting inside of its open range, kind of chopping the lows there. We're looking at the potential of an extension lower for the Russell short at a CM pattern sequence and looking for resolution. It's pointing substantially lower, so we'll see how this resolves. Looking for 50 ticks or better on every trade. Should be an active one. Don't forget, rebalancing at the close. That'll keep them moving too. 933. It's now 934, and because of the extreme volatility here, we're going to lock in 10 ticks simply because it's gone not quite 40 ticks. And I'm looking for 40 or better, 50 preferably, 100 if they'll power dive. So anyway, just going to take a little bit off the table here in case they whip this back up, which is possible. I mean, all bets are off in this kind of price action. They could be all over the map here today. So just managing the way we see fit. You can see they're pointing towards the 233, which would be a gap fill, be large move down, possible. Nobody knows. So watch and wait. Meanwhile, crude oil sits within its open range. There's the pit session, there's the open range, and crude is just kind of, coiling sideways in dead fashion there. It made a nice overnight move and hasn't done a single thing since then. And we're over our 50 ticks here with the Russell, so I'm going to manage that. And, whoops. Wrong stop. 7-4.
Order pending.
I'm so used to short.
Order canceled.
Or so used to buying yesterday. Anyway, there is a 51 tick.
Order filled.
It's out, and we're a long ways from done for the day. Just sit, watch, and wait until the next sequence. It is 9:36. All right, it is. Wow, it's fast today. 9:40. I was fighting to get a fill around where this currently is here. Got it. Now
Order pending. Order canceled.
It happens to be a CM pattern sequence from the pre-market and the bottom of the open range. So there's confluence here. Basically, big picture, they broke through the open range, pulled back up, tested prior support, now resistance, probable to roll lower. On a micro view, this area from 1168 to 1168.5 to 1169 was a CM pattern sequence. So there was dual confirms there, price rejecting at the pullback. So far so good. They could spike back up, take this out in a heartbeat, or they could go 50 more ticks. We're about to find out one way or the other. It's 9:41. All right, it is 9:42. Price is whipping for some reason. I don't know why. I'm going to
Order
lock in
pending.
10 ticks
Order
plus here.
canceled.
So if they take them back up, at least there's something. They've gone 40-ish ticks. I don't usually use the term ticks. I usually talk about points, but the common market lingo now is ticks, so we'll speak the language. Locked in 10-ish. They've gone not quite 40, so if they whip back up, and I surely wouldn't be surprised, at least there's something. So that's trade management in these type of high volatility periods here is a lot of educated guesswork. You just kind of decide on the P&L. All right, it's gone this far. It's gone X amount of distance. What's the least amount that I would be content to stop out with and take out of this move here? So the fact that it's gone not quite 40 ticks or just about that or whatever, I'll settle for 11 if it bangs that out, and then we'll see what reloads here, because it's
Order filled.
gonna be a wild day. That's for sure. So see where it all winds out. 9:43. It's just getting started. Okay, short. Ooh.
Order pending.
1167.5 and 1165.5. That is a deep pullback. One is a deep pullback to this. It's the same trade level that we took before a couple of times, and then the next at 65.5 is a pattern sequence breakdown. They're whipping hard, and maybe this will work or maybe it'll come out. I don't know, but you can see here they should work their way lower. I'm going to be defensive on this position. I'm actually going to take the risk back to I have played a little give and take back to 51 ticks. And I had an internet outage, which dropped things. What I was trying to get, I had trade orders open, had one execute in and out while I was trying to log back on. So it's been one of those mornings. All right, they're just kind of grinding here sideways, and as you can see, crude oil is just grinding inside of its open range. It hasn't done anything yet.
Order cancel. Order pending.
Do that. If they come up and take it out, they take it out, and then I'll deal with it. But I want distance or just scratch me on that one there. And you can see here in the pit session, nothing has happened in crude. It did make a solid pre-market move lower, and as you can see, the Russell is whipping about a 3, maybe 4 point range here. It's up and down and up and down and up and down. So maybe that's the last rejection. Maybe they're just going to sit there and coil until the rebalancing takes place here this afternoon. We'll find out. I'm gonna sit in this position. I've got 51 ticks secured, and then this trade here has no further risk on it, so just let it go. Gravity's in our favor. We'll see what happens. If the algos spike it out, then so be it. 10:04. Alrighty then, it's almost noon, and the Russell's been torturing the 1169, 1167 zone for hours, and I do emphasize hours. This is rollover day. They made the one surge move lower, caught a little piece of. I played give and take through here. Actually up 52 ticks per contract, and this would make 53 ticks on this stop here, barring no slippage, and they're just not going anywhere. So I'm going to punch out here if hit. Like I said, it's noon, and I would take a look later on in the afternoon. If they do the dive thing and head that direction as expected without me, then the day is done, and I will accept what was captured already. And if they're still consolidating by the time 1 o'clock or later comes along, then we'll see what happens there. But for now, the tape has gone graveyard dead. Crude is pretty much the same. It's just traded inside the open range. Did a quick pop to the coil markets roadmap 233. Call that the warning track. Right back to the open range. Right back to the warning track. Now it's rolling over again. Just
Order
U-turns.
filled.
Nothing happening. So that's the way it is. This may end the day, and that will be fine. If that's the culmination of the day, so be it. And if there's anything left after the close, I'm sorry, after 1 o'clock, then we will reconvene then. But so far, it's a total of 53 ticks per single contract. The market's been sitting on sell signals 1165 plus for literally hours. It just chops there and it goes nowhere. So noon has arrived and I'm parked. It's 11:53 Eastern. I'll see you at 1 o'clock. Alrighty then. It is 12:39. A little earlier start because we've had more continuation sells. Now taking you back, I was short from 1168 and 66. Blended 1167 stop. Put my stop at 1167 and it got taken out just before noon. It got taken out to the exact high. So that was two short, one from 68, one from 66, and then that has not been threatened again. Then they came down, and I am currently short from 67 and 64. Is that right? Yeah, 67 and 64 with a blended entry at 66.5 and the stop at 65.4. And basically, I'm just trying for a downward break. Now let's go to the 5-minute view because price is working its way lower and it's likely to head towards this 233 zone, which is hit way more often than not in any given session. What am I trying for? Not that. I'm trying for this. Okay, so far, price is sticking around this zone, which has been magnetic here, support all morning. So if it, and it's cracking below there. That was part of the reason for the ad. So if it cracks below there, then it should be heading down towards 1155. I would be out well before then. I would expect this to be the next magnetic point right here, which was yesterday's FOMC highs. So, or yesterday's spike highs. I'm sorry. So that's what I would expect if they can beat this to do that. And otherwise, I'm going to, if this gets stopped out, I'm just going to concede the downside is being a little too choppy and leave it at that. We also have rebalancing today. Like I've said so many times, the Russell rebalancing will do spastic things to the charts, especially when we get into the close. So anyway, that's been the modus so far, and I've failed to capitalize on any big moves other than a quick 51 ticks down in here. Other than that, it's been very sideways and choppy. And the same thing for crude oil. It's gone from the open range to the 233 to the open range to the 233 to the open range. It's just rolling in kind of U-shaped fashion there, going nowhere directionally. 12:41 Eastern. Okay then. Let's do a final update. It is 1:53 Eastern, Friday, October 31st, of course. And both markets that I watch are rolling sideways. That's crude. This is the Russell. It's just pinned there. It's Friday. It's rollover. I'm sorry. It's whatever, inventory adjustment. I'm sorry. I'm fried after a week of watching this channel chop here. I've been scalping, and I've had a million trades go about 15, 18, 20 ticks in favor and then come right back and stop out in the whips. And so I'm gonna toss the proverbial towel today with 50 ticks per contract here logged, and I think that makes about 245 ticks over the past 6 days. And all that I'm doing is I'm working the CM patterns program, same as ever, with much faster charts in scalpy fashion. So that's pretty much it. That wraps up my day and week. Starts the weekend. If they power plunge from here and they go 100 plus ticks to the downside in favor, I'll let whoever else cares to keep battling the market continue to do so. But for the day and the week, I'm wrapped, and the month too. Hope this helps. I will see you someday, and as always, best trading wishes.